Welcome back to my kitchen here with the Bib Lifestyle. This is Operation Sammy. I went ahead and bought the grocery list again this week. You see we have a lot of great varieties. We've got some papaya, mango, some jungle bananas here. I call those them because they're the real small bananas, just, you know, no hormones, no pesticides. We have some Asian pear. I've got some nectarine, mango, dragon fruit. We have some avocado, some pineapple. We have some blackberries here. I've got them soaking in some water with vinegar and baking soda. That's going to clean off the pesticides, clean off the dirt, pull the bugs out of there, and get those nice and fresh for us, ready for digestion. Our grain this week is going to be some barley. And then our bean this week is going to be the pinto bean right here. We've got some cilantro, also some mint leaf for our fruit bowls. We have some kale. We're going to use the beet lettuce there. We have the kale and some Swiss chard right down here as well. And yes, some collard greens and some spinach. Did I say that as well? As I said, I've got the water boiling for the beans. I've got the water boiling for the grains. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that stuff in the pot. We're gonna let that boil while we move on to the next step, which will be cutting up our salad bowls, prepping up our salad mix for the week. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up a container, my salad spinner with baking soda and water. I'm gonna go ahead and chop up the mixed greens, put that all together while the beans and the grains are boiling. This is the Bib Lifestyle. This is Operation Sammy. We are going into week number 4. And I can't wait till the end of this 8-week period. You guys are gonna see incredible results on this guy. He's gonna be like a brand new person. That's how the Bib style works. You gain healthy organs over the course of eating healthier, so that you're really building a brand new you. Let's move on to the next step and let's see what it's looking like. Okay, so what you see here is we have the salad bowl filled up with baking soda, water, and there's about 1.5 gallons of water in there, and I've got a good 2 heaping tablespoons of baking soda. I stirred that up to dissolve it all. We have all of our leafy greens in our incredible Cambro containers right here. I've got a little bit of water sitting in the bottom of each one of those. We're going to start with this beet lettuce. We're just going to grab half of everything. I'll take these longest ones, and I like to just cut them right in half, and then we'll just start chopping up little pieces right here. I try to make sure I utilize my time as efficiently as possible. You know, it is Sunday night, and a lot of times other things come up that can guide us away from actually getting this done for the week, and then just steer us in a wrong direction. So right there was the beet lettuce. Now we're going to go over here to this Swiss chard. Again, I do the same thing, slice it in half, and then a few more slices down the center. This helps so that when you're eating it, everything mixes up really well together in small pieces, and you get a little bit of everything in each bite. So if there's something you don't really like, you know, you don't really taste it that much, then we'll go over here to the spinach. We'll grab half of that. And again, this bowl holds, with the that I'm dropping all the salad into, holds 28 cups. Well, you can see the dirt right there on that spinach. That's what I like. I want the dirt to still be on this stuff. That's when you know it's fresh. And you don't want to wash it. Again, you don't want to wash it until it's going to get consumed. You know, because if I were to wash the other stuff that I'm storing for later in the week, it will just wilt inside those containers. It'll go bad. and I'll end up having to throw it away. It'll be a waste of money and a waste of time and a waste of more nutrients into my body. We'll go to this yellow pepper here. And I'm going to chop that seed up as well. We're just going to give it some cuts. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. Well, there is a right way. Just be careful. Let's drop that in there. Start to submerge everything in there. We'll grab a big handful of these beans right here. And I do have the grains and the beans on the stove right now. That's my first step, as you know. That way they're cooking while we're getting all this stuff done. So when this stuff, we're done prepping this, it'll be right about the time that the beans and the grains will be done. And then we got some radish here. We'll take half these radish. I know there was a rubber band on there. I just want to make sure there's no more rubber band there. We'll do a little 50-50. And I'll just hold these all nice and close together and come in here and chop this up. Voila. And right there we go. That's going to all submerge. I'll put the lids on these containers. We'll put them back in the refrigerator. We'll let this soak. I'm going to clean this up. We're going to pull out the fruit, and we're going to do the same thing with the fruit. I'm going to wash it first, dry it, bring it out here. We're going to chop it up. It's all about showing you guys the simple process. The healthiest way to meal prep, the healthiest way to live your lifestyle is the BIB lifestyle. Be your best body. Eat the heel. Let's get it. The chef is in the kitchen. Guys, it's time to chop up this fruit. You see we've got the honeydew, papaya, banana. I call this a jungle banana because this is what they look like when they grow out of the forest. Then we have a grapefruit left over from last week. I've already had this sitting here for 8 days. Actually, it's been here for about 9 days. Hasn't been in the refrigerator. Still soft, solid, good. We're going to use that up today. Then we have a mango, a pear, some nectarines. Let's go ahead and start with that papaya first. All right? Remember what I said last time? We want to cut from the opposite end of where it's growing. Okay? So that'd be where you would pull it off the branch. We're going to cut from this end right down here. I'm going to just take that piece off right there. And then we're going to give a nice good, about 3.5 inches there. Actually, we'll take off a little more. And we'll wrap that up with some cellophane afterwards. But again, we're going to cut it and leave all those seeds in there. And again, I already washed this off with a nice vegetable wash. It's a fruit vegetable wash is what it is. And I do try to get whatever I can in organic. It's not always available. I'll go to different grocery stores. This week I went to a grocery store here called Vallarta. It's a Mexican grocery store. And sometimes during the season, they've got some different fruit options. So I wanted to go see what they had over there. But nothing, must not be the season for some other things because it didn't have too much. It did have these bananas that I wanted. That was a good sign. I wanted to get something a little different. And next week, I'll go to an Asian market. And then I'll just keep bouncing around the city and going to different markets, trying to pick up something a little extra, a little different. So that way we're not always getting the same thing, but the majority of it will be. So let's go ahead and scoop these up You see a lot of papaya seeds there. All right, next we're gonna do this honeydew. How you do, honeydew? Okay. That should be enough for these 2 bowls. And we're gonna just leave whatever seeds are inside what we're cutting off. We're gonna leave it there, just like that. We'll maybe give just a little bit more. And this is the simple way I do this. I just bring my knife, lay the skin on its back, flesh up, and I just glide that knife right up underneath it. And flip it around to the other side. And this allows me to just cut faster. You know, you can do other ways, but again, I'm trying to be as time efficient as possible. So then we'll slice a few slices right here. This one right here, we're gonna cut it. We got a nice big chunk right here. We're gonna cut it into some, just cut it in half, I guess, and then we'll cut the sides in half. We'll cut that in half and then do another slice right there. And that's gonna give me smaller pieces. It's all about just having that perfect bite-sized piece. All right. So this is week number 4 for Sammy. Beginning of the week. All right, we got that there. Let's go ahead and peel this mango now. I wonder how he's feeling. I know he's been doing real good, sticking to the lifestyle. I mean, it's easy. I'm putting it together for him. All he's got to do is eat it. Just so I could show you guys how it's all done. The consistency that you need to have. You know, because some of you, I mean, look at the world. The majority of people are obese. When I was a kid, I had a fat belly. I was pudgy. I was eating all the bad things. I was born in the 70s. Grew up in the 80s and the 90s. I ate all kinds of fast food, junk food. I loved candy. I loved cookies. Junk food. Can't even tell you how much of it I ate. But I always knew your health is the most important thing to you. When I lost my mother at a young age, you know, I used to believe that she was taken away from me because I was such a bad kid. So I blamed myself for a lot of that. Thinking that because I was a bad kid, I now had to lose my mother. But as I grew older, I realized that wasn't the case. It was because she wasn't getting anything nutritional in her body. And after being pregnant for about 7 years in a row, because there's 5 of us kids and she had 2 miscarriages, one before my oldest brother was born, one after my oldest brother was born, and then my mother had 4 more kids. So that is what happened. All the nutrients went to all the kids. She didn't give herself time to heal in between each pregnancy. So that disease just caught up with her and took her life. And here, I want to teach you how to eat healthy so we can live longer, healthier lives. Because it really comes down to the food. Everything else has got poison in it, from watching TV, the clothes that we wear, the containers that we store this food in there. You know, I had a guy leave me a message about plastic containers. Well, these plastic containers keep my fruits and vegetables and everything fresh for as long as until I can consume them, which is important to me. You know, the clothes that we're wearing, the chemicals inside them, everything has its side effect. But if we can eat healthy and overcompensate for the damage that we're doing, that makes me feel better that I'm winning. Even though we've got a few, you know, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. There's so much out there on a daily basis that is putting off some type of unhealthiness towards the human body. Using our cell phones on a daily basis. It's all bad for us. So I want to make sure that I can do something that I know that's going to help my cells and make me stronger, healthier, mentally, physically, and all the above. You know, we're not even going to need these other fruits because these bowls just added up fast. They look delicious. Sammy's going to love them. I'm going to clean this mess up. We're going to take those grains off the stove. We're going to take those beans off the stove. We're going to put them in some containers. We're going to rinse that salad, get it nice and fresh, and we're going to come back and we're going to put everything all together. We'll see you right here shortly. Okay, so last week, you know, we gave Sammy some beet juice to start off with in the morning as well. It was his first week introducing that. This week, we're going to do it again, and we're going to add a little bit more beet juice this week. And with the beet juice this week, I have some mint, a big bundle of mint right down here that I'm going to go ahead and throw inside the blender. So I already washed all of this with some baking soda and some fruit vegetable wash, and I just put everything inside here. I shook it up and I let it sit for at least 15 to 20 minutes. That's how long it takes to really pull off a lot of that pesticide buildup from its growth. It's been washed, it's been rinsed. I have my incredible blender right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss that mint, peel, stem, every single bit of it, I'm gonna throw in there. We're going to drop that right in there. We're going to go ahead and just cut up these beets. You don't have to really cut them up too small because, of course, the blender is going to do most of the work. But I do want to get them into, you know, a decent size piece so it's not so hard on the old handy dandy blender there. I do have myself a Vitamix right here because they are just incredible machines. And these beets, you got to give them a nice solid cut because if you don't, you know, that blade can just slide right over on you and do some major damage. So this week, again, I didn't fill it up with as much water. Let's go ahead and put the cap on there. We've already got the power up. We want to listen to where it gets smooth. I'm going to start off with a little slow speed. And we'll just crank it up. Yeah. And that sounds great right there. So I'm looking at it right here, and there is 8 cups. 8 cups. Right there. We're not going to fill them up all the way. Because a lot of times the thinner part of it, if it's not blended thoroughly, it might keep some more of the pulp down at the bottom. So I want to make sure we get a little bit of that pulp in each and every one of these. and all this extra foam right here. So this is beet and mint all ground up together. And he won't even need to top these ones off. He's just going to be able to shake them up. Just like that. Pull the cap off. Drink this. Of course, brush your teeth before you go to the gym because you'll be smiling with a red smile. This is the bib lifestyle, guys. This is how we meal prep. This is the real stuff. This is the good stuff. Eat to heal. Okay, so as you saw, we put everything together. We had the grocery list. We showed you that. We went ahead and we cooked our beans. We are using the pinto bean this week. We cooked our grain. We're using the pearl barley. We went ahead and chopped up our salad. We soaked it. We washed it. We cleaned off all the pesticides. Chopped it up, dried it, separated it, put it into these fantastic bowls because it is Sunday prep time and we're going for Monday and Tuesday. Here's our delicious looking fruit bowls right here. A couple of new varieties this week. You know, so we did just cook the beans and the grains. They're still a little warm, so I mixed those together. I've got them in this container right here. Sammy, where are you at? Sammy! Oh, there he is.
How we doing?
Sammy's back.
I sure am, and better than ever.
This is your week number 4.
It sure
and so,
is.
How is this looking for you so far, Sammy?
It looks delicious. I'm digging it. I love it. It looks like you doubled up on the beet juice.
I did add some beet juice, a little extra beet juice this week. And what I put inside your beet juice, here, take a smell of that and tell me what you think's inside there.
I don't know. Some beet juice with what? Did you put some fruit, some
can't,
lemon?
You can't tell?
I can't.
It is mint. You can't really tell what it is.
I thought you were going to change the flavor of it for me.
No, well, I did. I put a big thing handful of mint. I
really?
washed it as well. Some nice organic mint. Okay. Yes.
I like that lemon you put in last
time. That was lime. That was lime and lime peel. Yeah. Well, this week we switched it up. We'll see what
the lime peel in there too?
Oh, the whole lime peel and all. Absolutely. There's great oils and nutrients. The skin has got more. That's the thing about fruits and vegetables is the skins have just as much, if not more, nutrients than the actual meat itself. We just throw the stuff away. A lot of it we have to because of all the pesticides. That right there is an Asian pear. Have you ever had one of those?
That was a coconut. Yeah.
No. These are the most juiciest pears you'll ever have. It's called an Asian pear. So I recommend that you eat that one first because that pear is going to start to brown relatively quick. Okay? We got these great Cambro bowls. You know all about them.
I sure do.
Okay? You got your salad right here. Just split this up. You know, we got a little over a cup, about 1.25 cups. We got the bean and the grain in there. It's still warm. That's why I've got it separated. I know that I was starting to mention that earlier.
Correct.
It's still warm. That's why we don't want to add it to the lettuce because it'll start to wilt the lettuce.
And these are new grains here?
These are a new grain. I just cooked these today.
What kind of grain?
This is a barley. It's called pearl barley. So that's what's inside there with a pinto bean. So you're going to get at least 35 grams of protein.
From the barley itself?
From the barley and the bean, the combination. At least 35 grams because you're going to eat about 1.5 cups. There's about 3 cups in here. Okay. So at your weight, you want to put a cup and a quarter of each. 1.25 cups of bean, 1.25 cups of grain. All right, so that's about 2.5 cups. Yeah, so there's about 5 cups. That's what I meant. There's about 5 cups in here for his next 2 meals for Monday and Tuesday.
Perfect.
So how did that beet juice work out for you last week?
You know, I kind of chugged it down pretty nice and easy. Easier than what I thought I was going to drink it. And it wasn't that bad and stuff. You know, I just felt... You know what I did feel this week was not the craving of hunger. That's what I didn't feel. That was the difference in escalation from one week to the next. This week I didn't feel the urge to be hungry. I just ate it, and I was just like, oh, I was just like, okay, I was satisfied. Those senses.
Yes.
Were just like,
because the organs are getting the nutrients needed to heal and recover, so you do not get that hungry urge.
yeah, that I did feel, and I was like, oof. I'm like, okay, I like it. I'm definitely feeling lighter and stuff.
And that's
now,
after 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, he's starting to feel that.
Yeah.
So as he progresses, he's going to feel more, and he's going to feel more because he's cleaning out them intestines. His mind and his body are starting to have a connection. He's starting to feel what's going on when he's eating the food.
And you know, I think this was the first time that I didn't want to have like a cheat meal this weekend. I was just like, I didn't need the craving. That's what it was. I didn't really need the craving. I was just getting used to it. I was like, no, I'm just gonna have a salad. I'm just gonna, it was like a normal, it's becoming the normalcy to it and stuff I wasn't expected to. Yep.
I want to ask you, the watcher, did you see the smile that put on my face to hear what he said? This is the Bib Lifestyle. This is Operation Sammy. We can't wait to see his results. You saw it on day 1. I can't wait to show you at the end of 8 weeks.
Surgery. Bibbing it.